Okay, y'all. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to everyone who's tuned in online. And for those who are here, welcome to St. Joseph. I completely forgot. I forgot I started the live. Welcome to St. Joseph. For those who were tuned in online, welcome to our Sunday school class. Welcome, everybody. I had a slight wardrobe malfunction. That's what I get for getting off the fast and want to drink some coffee. That was the Lord's rebuke to me. But welcome. I'm so glad that you all are tuned in today. To those who are viewing online, welcome to our Bible class. I'm Minister DJ Wildsman, one of the teachers here. I am author and founder of Unlock Ministries, and we're so glad that you are tuned in. To all of our family who are here, to all the mothers, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Yes, and to our pastor, who's one of the greatest spiritual mothers we have. She's simply amazing. The Reverend Dr. Barbara Ann Lawson Nelson. Happy Mother's Day to you. Um, Let us pray so that we can get started. So, Father, I thank you today for your word, and I thank you that you've gathered us here. Lord, I pray that this message bless someone and that they're changed. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. So I've decided while we were on this lesson on the ox, I've decided to name this series Life School. You know, it's wisdom for life, but it's taken from different lessons. This one is the ox. So we're talking about the ox and we're moving on. Today it's going to be very um discussional, if that's a word. Like we're gonna talk. I want to hear from you guys. Okay. I don't just want to be talking. Most times I don't ever want to be talking, but I know I can just babble a little much. But today, I want us to go through some of the life of the ox. So we'll see different things that they encounter, and then I want you guys to share from the stories or from the lessons what you see spiritually. So we'll see a discussion. You'll see the discussion question here. And I want us to talk so that way we can see it, so that you can see it. I want to see where your mind is and how you're able to interpretate natural things, but spiritually, because this is all spiritual. Okay, so today this is Life School. This is our new series, I called it. And this is Lessons from the Ox. Now, today's lesson is called Starting the Work. Now we're in the field. We had a whole bunch of the stuff before. Had a whole bunch of everything that we talked about. And this is really going to help us to see life in itself and how we navigate life. It'll give you great wisdom for when you're going through life, when you're encountering different things on your job, in your church. It doesn't matter. It's really going to help you. Okay. So are you guys ready? Are you ready to be engaged? I don't want to have to call on no one's name like Nadine. Well, she gonna talk anyway. You already know that she gonna have her hand up. But I would love it. It's gonna be good. I think you guys will enjoy it. So the first lesson we're talking about yoking them together. So you read it, but I'll read it. So it says, your oxen may have already mastered each command on their own, but once you yoke them together, the commands must now be understood and obeyed as a team. When yoked, each oxen must remain on his assigned side because switching sides can cause major issues. Once an ox become used to working on one side, moving him to the other can result in confusion and difficulty. Right? Are we starting to see something here? I'll give it a second so you guys can, read it on your own. So the teaching point is we get even when the ox is trained individually, they're learning all those commands. They still must relearn how to walk out the commands as a team. Alone it's okay. I can do it this way. You get it. But once we get together as a team, now the ox has to learn how to walk in unity, being yoked with someone else. And I think it's funny because the word for team in the Bible is actually yoke. So it's really like no I in team, but it is coming together. It's also the term I was just reading it last night. It's really good. Oh, it's the term of moving away things that are haltering you moving forward to bring order. So you right. So you think of that. So now everybody's read it? Okay. So what stands out to you in this, and what spiritual or personal insights do you take away from it? Yes, Lady J.
Um, what I stand out to me is
You want me to go
as we
back to it?
say, as the saying go, no man is an island, no man stands alone.
Mm-hmm.
So as a team, we are stronger,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why some of us get in confusion and difficulties
Mm-hmm.
because we find ourselves want to do it on our own
Mm-hmm.
before putting it to God first.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
So to me, that's where the confusion come from because
That's good.
as a team, you're stronger and you could feed off of each other, get ideas
Mm-hmm.
from each other.
Right. And
Then you want to do it by yourself.
exactly. That's good.
That's my
And so remember
takeaway.
when we first started when God talked about yoking together, remember the older ox is the one that's yoked with the younger one, and he's teaching him how to learn these commands. So that's like us and the Lord being one together, separate and apart. We can learn how I can do it on my own, but when it comes to us working as a team, I can't just go because I hear the word go. I have to look and see if my partner now is moving so that we can go forward together. Yes.
No, I was saying
You want me
that
to go back to it? Okay. There we go.
no, I was saying that I see so much in it because even as a Christian
Mm-hmm.
with God, it is showing me also that um we need to stay connected to him
Mm-hmm.
because we can't really, and others, that like a community, because we really can't get anything done on our own.
Mm-hmm.
And also I'm picking up from it also too, before we even start ministering to others, make sure that we're strong enough in what we believe,
That's good.
because
That's good.
you can end up being confused
Mm-hmm.
and swaying to another way. There's so much in it.
Mm-hmm.
there,
Yes,
there, there
that's
there's
good.
so there's so much in it. It's just like we need to be grounded, we need to
Amen.
be growing, we need to be careful what we do, and we need to make sure we're spiritual and mature for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And because anywhere confusion is, God is not there, and we can find ourselves really in a lot of trouble when we're away from him or separated from him or our Christian community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so much in it.
And one thing that I saw with this too, like as the bottom, once the ox becomes used to working on one side, moving him to another place can result in confusion and difficulty. It's like, do your job. Don't cross over into my lane. It's going to cause us an issue while we're moving forward. Do like you said, stable in what you believe. Be stable in what you're called to do. Don't be trying to do nobody else's job. You're holding up the world trying to be somebody he didn't call you to be. You're holding up a whole bunch of work we could do because you over here want to be that, and that's not what he called you. So in working as a team, the role is to build each other in what we're doing. Like encourage them. If you're going to carry the load, hey, I see you. You want some water? You want some of this while you're carrying? Because my job over here is to do something else. I'm not supposed to carry. And if I stop what if I'm stopping so that I can carry what you're told to carry, it halters the whole thing. So it's like gender roles in marriage. I'm just saying gender roles period. And you see how unbalanced society can be when you have the woman doing things the man should be doing and crossing it over the other way. But I believe in gender roles, just putting it out there. I do. Men, if you can take the trash out. Not that I can't do it, but I think and I believe that there are some areas a man is just called to. There are some areas a woman is called to because it moves forward so much better. I have tried and done things that even though I could do it, I wouldn't do it like the man does it. So the outcome is much different. Not that it's wrong, but I see, okay, if I allow him to do it, this looks much better. And God ordained and designed the world that way. It's not that we're less than, we just have our own roles. Anyone else? Or we're good? We can move on. Okay. So that was good. The next one is keeping the nigh ox near or the lesser ox. I really like this one too. It says the stronger or more experienced ox is typically placed farther away because he requires less direct control. The nearer ox is kept within close reach for guidance and correction, often with a rope or verbal commands. If one ox tends to walk faster, he should be on the far side, and the slower ox should be nearer where he can be easily managed. Now, I think parents, we kind of see this. I'm not a parent, but I can see it. I've seen it in my life dealing with like my family. You have this one child. I can't let you, I got to keep an eye on you because if you, I can't do it. Now, I would this child right here, I can trust him. Can I go to the party? You can go. Can I go to the party? No. You left alone is dangerous and I cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else want to share? But immediately, that's what stood out to me. We're talking about the near ox, keeping the lesser ox closer for more control. He's more managed, but the other ox, the stronger ox, is farther away because he's more trained. So you don't have to have that much control over the stronger one, but the lesser one must be close. Pastor, okay. Since she decided to join us, thank God. No, I know I'm messy.
Why don't you get her first name?
Really? I think we're excited to hear you. Yeah, it was Minister Nadine.
No, I was saying that this is the way it should be. But in a lot of church, often see where the pastor keep the stronger ones close to them. And so that's why the church is so off, because you come with your gift and you have it. I'm just going to use you. And the one that doesn't have it, I'm not going to take the time to bring it out. That's
good.
what I
that's
see.
that's good. I can see that. I can see that. That's good. Yes, Pastor.
Just hearing what you said the first part, even before I read it,
Mm-hmm.
when I think about this, maybe I have gotten this off, but here's what I try to do. We tend to think that the stronger ones don't need help, that they don't need whatever it is that we give to
Mm-hmm.
the weaker ones.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I look out for the weaker ones,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I keep them closer because I can't really see because they don't because and the reason is I mean even in life, where I'm concerned, what I like to do is if you see me with somebody or you see me with me, you think because I like to hang out around big strong people. No, I look for the weakest link.
Uh-huh.
hmm I keep the weakest link close,
Mm-hmm.
but I keep my eye on the stronger one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why,
Mhm.
because the stronger one will end up with a mindset if you're not
That's good.
if you don't keep close watch, just like the prodigal
Mhm.
son's brother.
That's good.
They will
Mhm.
suffer from neglect
Mm.
and many different things, because it looks like you care a little bit more about this one because she's strong. I
Mhm.
care equally, right?
Mhm.
But I'm going to always keep the weaker one closer because
Mhm.
the weaker one has a greater tendency to wander away
Mhm.
or to do stuff to get in trouble.
Mhm.
Listen. So I'm
It
going to
says
read
it.
this.
You know, you got to keep the lesser one. It says the slower ox should be kept near where he can be more easily managed.
Because you got to do more work with that one.
Mhm.
So you got to keep them closer.
Mhm.
So what sometimes might look like favoritism is
Mhm.
just wisdom in action.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
just thought I'd say that
Yes.
in my own life.
Yes.
And I knew people who kept me closer to them. And
Mhm.
somebody thought that I was a favorite.
Mhm.
It wasn't that I was a favorite. It's just that I needed more work than the rest of them. You know? Yeah, problem child. Yeah. And then being with a good master, they didn't always say it or expose me. They just dealt with me. Hmm.
So when I'm looking at this, for me, it kind of raises the question, what are they close to? And I'm guessing it's the direction.
They're hooked to the yoke, so they're closer to the master.
Right, closer to the master. But the master, as we know, uh, he's equally as close to everybody. There's no distance between you and the master. So when I read this, I don't get in terms of I need you 2 steps away, I need you 5 steps away. What I get is where it reads, he requires less direct control. Meaning, take my brother Jay, for example. He is St. Joseph material,
Mhm.
but he requires less direct control
Mhm.
because how trustworthy he is.
Mhm.
So he
Right.
doesn't need to be here every Sunday.
Mhm.
He can be on an assignment on a
Mhm.
Sunday.
Mhm.
As to where some people, if you don't come to church every single Sunday, we're gonna have
Uh-huh.
to rescue you out of the club,
It's
off the
true.
wrong corner.
It's true.
So it's like when I see that, it's based off how much direct control you need, is what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. Because that's what it's saying. It's about, like you said, the control. Because the weaker one, you got to hit them a little more to listen. So I need you on this side. That's easier for me to reach rather than you being across. Because I'm the master. The two ox are yoked side by side. So if the one that's slower is on this side, I have to do more reaching. Rather, if it's on this side, I can just, hey, get right. The other one over here is listening. So he knows my stop and go. But this one over here, so that's good how you said it's not that they're super separated or apart. It's just directive. And there are people, like you said, okay, you got a little more of the rope than this one because if you don't come, like you said, consistently, the world will snatch you because your foundation is not really structured in the Lord. And I think it can come off to some people, when we're reaching out, we're saying, where are you? We haven't seen you. It can come off as if, why in my business, or what, blah, blah, blah. Why you just want me to come to church? But it's more so like he's saying, some of us cannot stay out too long. As a leader, she can see it. So when you come, she's always like pointing out, hey, we missed you. Be present here. Come here. It's so much more than just wanting to fill a seat. It's really to save your life. Because you ain't better than the world. You're not stronger than what's out there. Emotionally, mentally, they can see that. So that's good. I love that you brought that up. Anybody else? We're good? Okay, so these were probably my favorites. So this is now we're starting with light loads. Okay, we're yoked up. We're getting ready to get the work in, but they have to start them with light loads. So it says training the oxen to pull loads is a gradual process. Although they're strong, they must begin with very light loads and slowly build up to the full strength. Rushing this process, often done in the name of efficiency, can backfire. While oxen are naturally built to pull, hence they're called the beast of the burden, They can also be lazy. Successful training depends on not overloading them too soon. Anybody want to share what you can see from this? Starting with light loads. There's so much to unpack in here. Yes.
First thing that came to my mind was train up your child as they should go, and when they get older, they won't turn from it. So basically, in life, we got to go through it, you know. And if you don't, you know, show your child what life is at a young age, not all at once, but like little by little.
That's
Once they
good.
learn about themselves, they gonna take their own mindset, you know. And
Mhm.
just like in the Bible, it say, lean not to your own understanding, because that can lead to death, you know. So
Mhm.
teaching them while they're young
Uh-huh.
in bits and pieces, like we're
Right.
saying, and light loads
Yeah.
will lead up to something greater in the end.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad you started with children, because one thing we can do, they did it to me. I'm 10, but I got to keep and raise my cousin's kids. You know, I got to be a mom at how much ever age I am, because y'all had the kids early. Now I got to help you raise the kids. That's something we do in the Black culture. That's what it is. And so when you start to put these heavy loads or make these children grow up so soon, you kind of create the monster. And then when life comes and and you expect them to be 12, they're still 6. You know, they're still 6 years old. They have not yet processed life because they've been pushed in to be made so much older than what they truly are. Trust me, it happened with me. It happened with me. It happened with me. And I'm just like, well, what? Because you hear, they just say, hey, we're going here. Can you watch the kids? No, but I don't have a choice, really, do I? Absolutely, I'm going to watch them. Right. It's no. It's no. And now you're fussing with me because I get in a situation where you expect me to behave as my age. Ma'am, I'm 8. Really? I'm actually 8 psychologically. I'm not yet to that point. That's a lot of what we do. And I say Black people because I see it in my family and I see it in a lot of families. But I will also say to the less fortunate, to people who life just hadn't dealt them a good hand. It's always those type of situations. Yes.
As I read through it, I remember Pastor said, one day she said, they messed us up. She said, like you come to church and you have gifts, and they just use the gifts,
Mhm.
and then you end up not being okay,
Yeah.
and not doing it
Underdeveloped
properly.
soul.
It's
Yeah.
underdeveloped.
Mhm.
And so she said, we gotta go back, y'all. We
Yeah.
gotta go back and get the basic things that we need to get.
Mhm.
So I see where this could create a really big problem,
Mhm.
because you're not trained up properly.
Right.
And so that's what this remind me of, how much of a big burden, because you have this big gift,
Mhm.
and a gift, and you're being used, but you're being attacked, and certain things happening to you, and then you end up even telling people the wrong thing sometimes
Yes.
because you're not trained properly.
Right.
So
And I think that
we
the
need
big
to-
thing is too, our spirit is ready, but our souls are not. It's
so much work
underdeveloped.
that need to be
So
done too.
this also shows of how we need to learn the process in ourselves. Don't rush it. Don't rush the big thing. You might want to be here. You see, you want to be. You think you can be the manager. It's almost like y'all know we in basketball season. If anybody read my post, but I'm enjoying these playoffs, right? But it's almost like, put me in, coach. I can win. I see the team is looking a little dry. Put me in. Now, you can be saying that for 2 reasons. You think when you get in the game, you can make it win. You can do it. But what you're looking at sometimes is, oh, I can see they getting all of the crowd screaming for them. So you don't want to really get in the game to win. You want to be seen. That's that underdevelopment in the soul. So we yelling, put me in, coach, not realizing, man, you ain't even been to practice on time. Are you prepared to win the game? No, because when you get out there, especially in when in football, when you get out there, they don't care who you are. They don't care that you number 10 and everybody know. You getting knocked. We clotheslining you. We finna take your breath out because the goal is I'm finna win this game. I gotta make it to the finish line. So we get there, we scream and yell, see me, see me. Don't you know that I have all this? But you're not ready yet. Go ahead.
The thing is, with me looking at this, I see that I am at this place in my life in a certain sense. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there are so many things that God used me for before, so many people that He give Him all the glory that He used me to help before, so many circumstances that I've been through that I had to be strong to get through it. Faith is faith. And sometimes you don't even have the godly faith, but your faith that you have can still help you to overcome things. So now when I look at this and I know where I am in life and see the stuff that I have to go through, I realize that I was missing a lot of things. And that I had a lot of soul healing to do, but I had to grow up so fast and I had to deal with the problem so fast that I missed a lot. And
good.
now people might say, oh, sometimes a person is going back, but they're not necessarily going back.
Yeah.
They're getting the healing that they need to go ahead and to become who they're really
Right.
supposed to become.
Mhm.
So I'm not ashamed. I'm not afraid to say that I see myself in this.
Mhm. Because it's in you.
Yes.
It just has to be developed. So it's
Yes.
just it shows honestly so much. It shows us so much. And I'm just grateful that it life with lessons like these, life is not that difficult. If you can read, you can see it. You can be like, you can put two and two together and say, I can use this. It's wisdom, right? Yeah, we can. We make life overcomplicated a lot of times. Yes, Lady J.
Yeah, and then I'm also looking at the part where you have these gifts, as you say, and then they also become lazy. So you have these gifts, and if you're lazy, then nobody wanna use you. Then you can't progress because you're stagnant, because you don't want to move because you're lazy.
That's
So
good.
you gotta get somebody who really strong to push you and say, man, come on,
Yes.
you could do this. Move it. Stop
Yes.
this laziness and
You
stop.
know, you talking a lot. I got a point. I'm gonna come to
Okay.
you. You're gonna see it.
Okay.
It's a scenario that's exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yes. No, what I'm saying is she's talking into the next point. Yes, but that's good. That is so good. Yes, Prophet. Huh? Okay, it's about okay, yeah, both of y'all. Yes, Tashana.
So when I look at it, in my head, what I see is this is how people quit, because when you do too much and you get overwhelmed, and then you're like, this isn't going how I wanted it to go or where I thought it was supposed to go.
That's good.
You just get in the corner and you quit
That's
because
good.
you didn't learn or follow God's lead to do it little by
right
little. You just said, I'm the problem solver. I'm gonna fix this.
Come
I got
on.
this. And then now you're in a corner and you're like, I don't got this.
Mm.
And it's too late to say anything because everybody
You're
thought you
moving
had it.
farther too,
So
like,
you
I
just
can
like
see.
you just like, all right, so I'm just gonna sit here and quit because that's it. What else could I do? So I see, like, when you don't do it that way, that's how people quit.
That's good. Yes, it's so true. It's so true. Yes.
I'm looking at it and I look at the last four words, overloading them too soon. And it's like, yeah, at some point you got to get crushed. But it's like the trick is to not crush them too soon. But everyone has to get crushed. And it's like going into it, when we're that young ox, they never prepare us for that crushing. They tell you, yeah, every day is going to get sweeter or it's got its ups and downs. but they never mention everyone comes to the crushing.
Mm-hmm.
Either the rock will crush you
Yeah.
or you will crush yourself.
Yeah.
But the goal is to be crushed. It's just not too soon.
Right.
And it's kind of
Because
scary
they're
to see
built-
that in there.
Yeah, you're built for it. That is who you are. So you're going to come like your whole makeup has been made to carry heavy things. So like you mentioned, too soon. I have to little by little prepare you. You're going to carry it, not right now, but you will. Yeah, right? Yes, Antonio.
As it says, while oxen are naturally built to pull, your purpose, and you have to be trained to do what your purpose is, but
You
giving
do.
your purpose too early
That's
is
true.
a problem.
It's dangerous.
Yes.
Because like Minister Nadine said, it's like of course I can do it, but I need some development. Yes, like I got it in me, but not right now. Like just because you talking to me and I can, like, I'm not a therapist. Although I can give you some great advice to carry you, I'm not. Maybe I'm called to be it, but I shouldn't open my practice right now. You know, there are people who do it. There are people who do it. And so I had some insights here. It says, strength doesn't eliminate the need for preparation. So it's kind of what Shauna was saying. Strength does not eliminate the need for preparation. That's where kind of we quit it. That's why people quit. Burden bearing must be trained into, like Prophet was saying, but not thrown onto. That's where you break them down. And even those called to carry weight need graceful growth, not premature pressure. So yeah, this was good. We're moving on. I probably could have just left the discussions out. So it says training is already difficult for the ox. Especially, now this is probably my favorite one. Especially as they adjust to the yoke pressing against their horns. They must learn to keep their heads up, especially when moving downhill. And they have to use their horns to resist and control the forward pushing load. Their horns are essential tools for managing resistance and maintaining control. Why this is so powerful? Let's talk about horns spiritually. In the Bible or scripture, horns in the Hebrew represents authority and strength. So it's already difficult for the oxen, especially as they adjust to the yoke pressing against their horns. We can unpack that. To me, it just spoke of I have this, it's my strength to be this. I'm not as comfortable, as agitating that you keep pressing on this thing that I'm carrying. You know, that this weight that I'm carrying, it's annoying me because why are you giving it to me anyway? We kind of get upset at that. But you're not realizing that I'm moving forward. You're not realizing that these are tools to help you manage. It's helpful for the yoke. And what happens is these horns that you carry, instead of you being annoyed or agitated, they must learn to keep their heads up, especially when moving downhill. When you get into a situation where that load's so heavy, you getting ready to crush, you falling into this depressive state, or it's taking over you. But you got to remember the strength. It says remembering to use their horns to resist and control the forward pushing load as you're going downhill. When it's like all of this stuff is like what Shauna's saying about quitting. So much is coming down on me, but you got to, let's turn. You know you're built for it. So use the strength that you have to help you carry this load so that it does not overpower you. As they're going downhill, the horns is what help the thing that they're carrying to not push it too forward to where they could potentially hurt themselves. Yeah, yes, go ahead. Oh, somebody else had their hand raised?
No,
Oh,
I was
okay.
just saying I see so much resilience in it, and I see so much joy while you're going through, you hold your head up and keep pushing because you know the authority that you have and the tools that God gave you to work with, which
Mhm.
is the word and everything. So you just keep pushing yourself, hold your head up and keep going. I
Yes.
just see resilience all over it.
Yes, you got to remember the power that you hold. You do, because it will crush you. Who says they want to, we want to build muscles, right? You got to go to the gym, and each time you got to increase the weight. Cuz the muscle you'll get used to the weight. You keep doing 10, there's nothing. It's no strength training. Pressure builds you. It's not to crush you. Some of us, we're not good under pressure. We will completely panic and just not. Like I play this game, this matching game, and when it's too many things I got to find, I just stop and the clock is running and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. But it teaches me something. It's like, okay, don't be overwhelmed. Find the matches so you can put it together so you can beat this clock. But some of us, it's like, I'm overstimulated right now. I have kids over here yelling. I got this going on, all of these different things happening. I cannot properly process. Take a minute so that you don't get crushed. Take a minute to readjust, to get your bearings straight again. But don't break in the moment. Don't break in the moment. Because you truly are. You're built for it. You're built for it. Anyone else wanted to share? So it says, what feels like resistance, the horns pushing back, is actually divine equipment. Going downhill is when control and training matters the most. It's like, don't forget what you know. Yes.
Walk by faith and not by sight came to mind
That's
because
good.
in life you would look at everything as a hindrance to you when in reality it's there to help you and to develop you.
Yes.
And if you actually allow it to
Come on.
develop you, you'll
Mhm.
become the person that you're supposed to become.
Exactly. Using the tools. That's how people become rich. I'm saying when I look at these, you know what I think is so funny? When I look at these reels on Instagram and Facebook, and it's these weird sports that what really? But it's in these places that they don't have, like these third world countries where money is scarce. They have no choice but to dig into a place in their mind to create something that you'd be like, man, where y'all get this from? But I don't got no money. So something else works in me. So it's like you being able to take advantage of what you lack. So not looking at your weaknesses as hindrances, but looking at them and say, okay, if I'm weak here, there's something else that I can compensate that'll help me. This strength I carry can help in this weak area. So this is not to hinder me, but it'll help build. It'll help build me. Yes, Prophet.
Just in that same vein, I'm looking and you're saying the horn is basically like our divine tool from the creator, right? But then where does our yoke come from? Also from that same creator. And our stress is coming from pressure pushing from his yoke against the divine tool he's given us. So anytime we feel lost, like you're saying, wherever the pressure is, that's where your divine tool is. If people are constantly coming to you for this, and this is burdening you every day, I feel like I'm losing my mind because people won't stop calling me for help.
Mm.
That is his yoke
yeah.
pressing against the
That's
divine
good.
tool he's giving you.
That's
So
good.
we can always look at our pressure and say, oh, this is where I'm made to be. I just need guidance. I just need growth here.
That's good. That's good. What a way to look at that. At first, I'm definitely there. I'm just like, I don't want. Why are you calling me? Why are you asking me these things? But it's not until you sit down and like, okay, like he just shared, to realizing, oh, this is probably what I'm called to, and I should not allow the weight to overtake me. But use what I already got to say, okay, I'm called to this. I can walk in it. That's good. That's so good. And we'll do one more for the sake of time. And I think this is the one that's good. Yeah. I like this one too. It says, when the ox first is hooked to the cart, they may panic at the unfamiliar sound and wait. In their nervousness, they might try to outrun it, not realizing the cart is attached and will follow them wherever they go. This makes it critical to start their training calmly and attentively. That's so funny. Can't run and can't hide. There's no need to even try. Anybody want to care to unpack this? I thought it's just so funny. It kind of speaks for itself. Go ahead.
It makes me think about sort of the deliverance process in a sense, where you may come from the world and into the church,
Uh-huh.
or maybe you're in the church, you get taught a lesson and you say, oh no, this thing I'm experiencing at night,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
it's a bad thing. And now you try to run as fast as you can,
Yeah.
but you don't realize this thing is attached to you at the hip. So now it's even crazier, because now you notice it every time I go to sleep, this is happening. Now you notice every time I date somebody, every man has the same trait. Every woman has the same trait. Now you notice that thing and you're running as fast as you
not
can,
knowing it's following.
but it's literally attached to you. So you're just dragging it right along until you learn, okay, it's always been there. Step number one, you're just now seeing it. Now you admit it and you go through the process to be delivered from it.
Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's the unfamiliar always. I love that turn on it. I love that you can see that it's following. It helps you to look at patterns in your life so you can properly process. Hey, why when I come here, you think if I move here, oh, nothing's going right in this area. Let me move down the street. You move down the street, the exact thing that happened up the street is happening down the street. You go to another state, you change jobs. Clearly, you should know that this thing is attached to you. It's not going away. You must address that. I love that part. And the other part I'm seeing as well is it's the unfamiliar that scares us. It's realizing now what you're called to, and so you try to suppress this thing because it's just, are you serious? You mean to tell me that this is what I'm called to? Well, I don't like it. I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. So you try to be in a different type of occupation and you're still met and faced with the same thing that you're running from. You think you're running, but you're meeting the same thing that you're running from. You should know it's your call. You're called to it. You can't run away from it. Lady J, and we're done. The kids.
That's where I was going. Like, you have God have a calling on your life, but you keep running. And you get yourself in certain situation and you go back to him, but then you fall back into you in the same pattern. And till you realize, well, enough is enough, and yeah,
Stop running.
I have to stop running.
Yes.
Because this man is not gonna let up. As
It's attached
to
to you.
put
What
it.
he called you
Yeah.
to is attached to you.
Yeah.
Like Prophet was saying earlier about the rock falling. Either you're gonna fall on the rock or the rock gonna fall on you, but you're gonna crush. Like you're going to be crushed. Either way, hey, it's up to you. Excuse me. And we're done. I had more, but of course we've met time. We're gonna turn it over to our children. Thank you guys so much. Now let's hear from our kids.
All right. Good morning, everyone. So they're going to tell you a little bit about what they learned today. No, it's not you. So, so this morning we kind of started with a pretty heavy topic. I asked them what was the scariest part of the Bible to them, and Of course, we had the crucifixion, but they were so conflicted about it. It was like, I know Ari was like, it's supposed to be a good thing. But anyway, they're going to tell you what they learned today, and I'm probably going to ask them questions. So be on your toes. Go ahead, Aria.
Good morning, and I learned today that the scariest Bible verse is "Depart from me, I don't know you. I've never known you."
So repeat it once again, a little louder.
The scariest Bible verse is "Depart from me, I've never known you."
So we started a bit heavy.
Good morning, I'm Skyla, and today I learned that when you say that you want to be part of God's kingdom, but you only come for the kingdom, His glory, that you never come for God, really. So what God did, what the scripture that Arya said, basically was saying that if you don't have a friendship with me, is like I never knew you. So it's like you befriending a stranger that you never knew, and then you have to spend infinity with them. That doesn't sound like fun. So God gives you opportunities to make him feel like a friend to you, and He doesn't force you to do it. That's not the way that God does it. He lets you do it willingly.
Perfect. Good job.
Good morning. My name's Kaylee. I learned that not everybody who works in God's kingdom who works with God will never make it into God's kingdom.
Say it one more time, a little louder.
I learned that everybody who works in God's favor, I think. Okay. Oh, okay, that's better. Whoever works in God's favor won't really make it to the kingdom.
Okay, so just to explain that a little bit, what she's saying is not everyone who claims to do works for Jesus will enter into the kingdom. Just before depart from me, I never knew you, there were those that claim we prophesied in your name, we spoke for God, we casted out demons, and He said, depart from me, you evildoers. So what she's saying is, even those who claim to do works for Him, who cry, Lord, Lord, they were not made for Jesus to know Him. They had not let Jesus be known to them.
I learned, good morning. I learned that most people,
Speaking to the mic.
I learned that most people only ask God for their wants and needs, but never want to have a relationship with Him.
So I have a question. Come on. Y'all got it. When we just ended a fast, I believe last week, right? Why did I say we usually fast?
To get closer to God,
Wait, hold on. Let me ask this. What is fasting? I gave you a definition. What is fasting?
To sustain from food.
Abstain from food. Yes. Okay, keep going.
When you're eating, most people don't eat when they're hungry. People mostly eat when they're I don't know how to when they're not hungry though. I would say when they're trying to cover up what? Cover up something they're missing. So when you fast, it lets God
you meet Jesus as who?
Jesus is what?
There was two words that y'all gave me definition.
Helper.
Helper. What else?
Healer.
Deliverer. Like Katie said, lifesaver. Abstaining from food helps you meet who?
Jesus, God. Different names. Yeah.
Different parts of Jesus. All right. That was it. That wasn't so hard. Okay. Good job.